Hello, welcome back to the pod. Yes.
I need to ground myself back into right now.
Yes.
But no, it feels like I just saw you because I basically just did.
Yeah.
And we also recorded
Really late.
So
Yeah.
it just feels like bam, bam, bam. I'm like, oh my gosh, how is it already podcast recording day? I have no idea. But yeah, welcome back to another episode. I just started my period, so I'm just
We
kind
love
of like,
it.
bleh. But
we love it.
yeah, I'm just glad I didn't start for that wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate being on my period on a wedding day.
I know. It's just like the only bad part about it is that you really just don't have breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you really can't like leave. And so, yeah, you're just sitting there. Just not being able to like at least like sit down or like, I don't know, take a 5-minute break to do your stuff. And anyways, TMI.
Just
but
girly
yeah,
things.
just girly things. Let's normalize periods. But yeah, so that's me right now. But other than that, I've been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I am going to try really hard on this podcast episode to not say the word like.
Oof.
It has been on my mind.
Really?
Yes, for a whole week.
Okay.
And just seeing back our clips on TikTok and stuff, I say it way too much. And I think it's because I am like self-conscious, and for whatever reason, using filler words makes me feel like, I don't know. I said it again, but I think I just need more confident in what I'm saying and realize that I don't have to like fluff it up. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard. It's hard when you're talking for an hour and a half into a microphone and you're just like kind of not you're with a friend, so it's not like you have to speak like professionally to me or like
or reading off a script or something.
Yes, exactly. So it is a little hard, and I wish more people would like record themselves because I'm sure it would be the same way. But yeah, I agree. One of the things that I say a lot is before like before a sentence, and so that's something that I try to work on, but it is hard. It is hard, and you really have to be like on it.
Yes,
but it is what it is.
Part
Sometimes
of that
I'm just like whatever.
Is also just speaking slower, because I feel like when I speak really fast, I'm like because I just want to get it out. So
well, you don't also. It's hard to have like the empty space between sentences too, because you want to seem like you're smart enough to go faster, and so you want to add those words in to make it seem like you have that like train of thought and you're not thinking during the
that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do want to read that book about it's a book about like feminism and filler words.
Oh yes.
What is it called? It's like Word Slut or something.
I forgot what it's called.
Something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be a really good book about talking about language and how it's usually seen as bad for women, and men do it all the time as well, but they don't get as much flack for it. So yeah, I do want to read that book.
I'm also wondering if it's just me listening to my own voice and I get annoyed with it.
Well, yeah, it's
because when I hear other people say it, I don't even clock it.
Yeah.
But it's also because we have the captions on our videos, so I can see how many times I say it.
Yeah, it is
a little wild.
Yeah, it's tough to listen back to your own videos and voice, especially when it's an hour long. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I say different things all of the time. I'm just like, can we not do that? But whatever. I don't really pay attention to it when it's other people, so I try not to, shame myself for saying things like that, especially since we just started the podcast, so we're still learning to speak to an audience without using filler words.
And I think my whole existence up until we started the podcast, I was very self-conscious about speaking in front of other people.
Yes, same.
Thinking that I am just dumb or don't have a good opinion or just can't really speak my mind. And so from the beginning of the podcast till now, I've just been like, okay, whatever comes out of my mouth is whatever. It's just like exposure therapy almost.
Yes.
And now that it's been a couple months, almost like 10 months or something, I feel, okay, I'm more comfortable in front of the camera, but now I need to like slow down and maybe just try and work on it.
Yes.
But it's not like a make or break kind of thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. It's because you really have to think about it. And that is just tough for me because you kind of like lose yourself in the conversation. So you want to just say things how you usually would say it to a friend. But yeah, I agree. And I mean, I tried to take out a few here and there, but I try not to like make it seem like we're perfect because we're not.
But the fact that you take out some and there's still so many, I'm like,
I know, but it is what it is.
It's okay. Yeah.
We've never had like a class. We weren't in speech and debate. Like we weren't those types of kids. So it's like when were we supposed to learn that?
Right.
And yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we are trying.
Yeah, it's just something to get better on, I think. And so just another area that I want to grow in.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of areas I feel like you're growing in right now.
Oh, yes. Well, there's a couple of things that I have been really obsessed with right now that I want to talk about.
Talk about it.
So the first thing, I kind of talked about this, I don't know if it was on the pod or we were just chatting, but in the realm of romanticizing our lives, I have been really enjoying driving different routes that I wouldn't normally take just because they're like scenic and inspiring. So, for example, I have a grocery store in my neighborhood that I always drive to. And for whatever reason, we're just trained to just take the fastest way to get there, the main traffic streets that are not really cute, not really inspiring, lots of traffic lights. You might get, some road rage or not road rage, but I don't know, just annoyed at traffic lights. And so I started doing this thing where I drive through the residential streets to get to the grocery store. And not only is it just beautiful, it's like fall time right now. Seeing everybody's fall decor during Halloween was so fun. Seeing
especially
everybody
in your area. I love your area. It's so cute. Especially, there's just so many. I love that area because the houses all look so different and it is unlike the suburbs where I live, where it's like every house looks literally identical to each other.
So true.
It's so ugly and gross to me. Like I don't like that type of neighborhood. And obviously, I mean, it is what it is. Like I can't change it. But I love your neighborhood for that reason because every house is so different and just, I don't know, just so unique. So I do love your neighborhood.
And I love doing this for a couple of different reasons. Number one is I love being around environments that inspire me.
Yes.
And I feel like that really helps me manifest because if I'm acting like I'm already a part of an environment, it like helps me get there faster. And so just being around when I'm not in my dream house right now, being around other dream houses makes me feel like, oh, this is my reality.
Yeah,
even though
or like it's possible. It's there. I see it in real life. Yeah. Well, visualizing is such a big thing. Like I've just been hearing a lot about visualization and how even like athletes, Olympians do it all the time. Like they literally visualize themselves winning and that gets them closer to their goals because your mind can't tell reality from like the truth basically or what you're like imagining, and so that's why your thoughts are so powerful because your mind doesn't know if it's true or false. And so if you like keep visualizing it, it's like, oh yeah, and then you just like have more confidence. So yeah, I think that's a great way to manifest. It's just like literally visualizing it in real life and not just like in your mind.
Yes. And it also makes me very grounded and like I express gratitude because I'll see something that's really beautiful that I wouldn't have seen if I would have just taken the regular highway. So I really love it for that. And then also it makes me slow down because it takes longer to get to the grocery store. But it's like, why am I trying to shave off 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes is 5 minutes. And I would rather just spend it in beauty than, being annoyed about driving to the grocery store. So that's kind of like how I've been romanticizing that. I really love it. And then there's something else that I've been romanticizing. I wrote notes. Hold on. Oh, okay. This concept of feeling rich with less.
Okay.
I've been really into.
Yes.
And I mean, back in, let's see, 2016, 2017, 2018, I feel like minimalism was a trend.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to be influenced by trends. So I was hardcore minimalist. I had like 3 sweaters, like
wow,
like 3 pairs of shoes. So, and then of course as trends like shift, like it swings to maximalism, and then you have everything and like not, what's it called? Not sacrificing or like withholding like joy from yourself just to be like a minimalist.
Okay, yes.
So then I swung to the opposite side where it was like maximalist, and I'm gonna enjoy everything and have like a shopping addiction. Yeah. Yes. And I was like going to H&M every week, just like consuming. And now I'm kind of swinging more into the middle where it's like I am really enjoying having less things, obviously more quality items, but along with feeling like, oh, I just lost my train of thought because I'm trying not to say the word like. See, this is why you can't do hard. Along with like feeling rich with less, budgeting has been something I've never wanted to do.
Yeah.
Ever. And for some reason, I'm so excited about budgeting right now.
Okay, I love that.
And it's this idea of like feeling rich with less because I'm spending less money. And for the longest time, I would never subscribe to that ideal because it's like, I don't want to like withhold myself from things and like sacrifice things. And so I would go to the extreme where it was like, I didn't even know where my money was going. I was just like, oh, yeah, money's a river that flows to me, whatever. So now having an intentional budget is something I'm really excited about, which I've never been excited about it before.
Yeah, that's good.
But that girl that you showed me, deeper than money.
Yes.
I've been obsessed with a lot of her content lately.
Yeah, I've been following her for years, like 4 years. Like I was there when she basically started her company. And so now seeing her just like flourish, I'm pretty sure she just got married last weekend.
She did.
And it's just so great to like see her flourish and just have like this company and her helping other people. She's always been like a big inspiration for me as far as like education goes, but also just like money, because she's kind of the opposite of what you would think of like a budgeting guru. What I always like compare her to is like Dave Ramsey. It's like the extreme opposite of like what he would be teaching. And I definitely do not agree with pretty much anything he says. And so just having like this like gorgeous millennial, well, actually, yeah, I think she is millennial woman who is just like thriving, but also is so smart with her money is just so inspiring. And I'm like, yes, I need to be that.
And I really like her because she's just a girly for the girlies. Like she explains everything like we're just yapping. And so she has like a financial literacy company. So it's super, super helpful to just be educated on things like that. But like consuming content in a way where it's just like you're just a girl chatting to another girl.
It doesn't feel, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of financial literacy from men specifically just feels like they're like looking down at you and like making you feel so dumb and so stupid for what you do. And that's just like, well, that's not gonna help me.
Yeah.
Like, I know. I don't think it's doing what you think it's doing. And maybe some people like that type of advice where it's like they like to be shamed into doing something, but that's just like not how I like function. And so that's why I like her, because she's more like motivating, empowering, and not looking at you like you've made so many mistakes. It's just kind of like, it is what it is. Like, here's how to get better at money.
It's a lot of mindset too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, really money. Like. Yeah. Money is energy, mindset, everything.
I guess that's why her company's called Deeper Than Money. Because it is deeper than money.
It really is deeper. Yes. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. And yeah, I've always loved her content. I kind of fell off for a little bit, but since we mentioned her, she's been popping up on my feed a lot. And I'm like, oh, perfect. This is exactly what I need too in my life. And yeah, she has courses, she has newsletters. Like she is such, again, like she's such an inspiration just as a business owner.
She has a podcast too.
She has a podcast. Yeah. So she does it all, which is really inspiring.
I really like the way she creates content on TikTok. So she's also been inspiring for me to see like what kind of content I could make on TikTok. So yeah, is her name Chloe?
Yes.
Okay.
Her name's Chloe.
We'll drop her thing in the show notes, but
yeah, I need to look back to see her wedding photos and like her wedding stuff because I only saw like a few clips, but it's so cool that it's like,
yeah,
we're like watching her content right now, and she just got married, and and we're like into like the money budgeting thing right now. So yeah,
and I think in her November newsletter, she's recapping her wedding and like how much things cost, what she like.
Yeah, she would really good at that.
Yeah.
She also, I don't know, she probably still does this, but when I was like really into her content, she used to like every like quarter go through her net worth. And I've been following her since she was in debt. And now she's like, I think her net worth is like she's a millionaire now. Yeah. Like she has no debt. Like her,
she's multi-million. I think she's
she probably is now, but it's just cool that she like breaks it down and like talks about it because not a lot of people do. Or if they do, it's just, I don't know, just not the type of content I like to watch. Yeah. Especially for men. I don't know. Something about guys.
Yeah. Well, it feels like there's kind of like a barrier to entry because you're not a man.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like to find girlies who are just out there for the other girlies.
Yes.
And so,
yeah,
that's what my number one obsession has been. Then also kind of going with the minimalism theme of digital cleaning. Like instead of spring cleaning, I've been fall cleaning, but everything digital. So like my phone, my photos, my storage on my laptop. And the major thing that has changed for me is I switched from Spotify to Apple Music, which I never thought I would ever do. I never thought I would ever do it. I did it.
Miranda, why?
Okay, listen. Most of it was because during my little budgeting era that I've been doing, I realized that I've been making Ian pay for Spotify and doesn't even use it. So I was like, okay, we don't need to spend money on Spotify if I can just, because we have a Apple Music family plan.
Oh.
And so I was like,
so you were paying for both?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I wasn't personally, but I felt bad like making other people pay it for me when I was like, I'm the only one that was still on Spotify in our whole family. Okay. And if you ever want to make the jump from Spotify to Apple, there's literally a button that you can push in the Apple Music and it just transfers everything like instantly.
That's pretty cool.
So I had all my playlists, all my podcasts, everything. And it's been a kind of a fun experience. So.
Oh, okay. I can't jump on board with that.
I know. I was always so against Apple Music.
I have been a Spotify user literally since it came out.
Me too.
And I don't think I'm ever going to go back to Apple Music.
That's what I thought. But then I
realized there's a reason, but
yeah,
there's literally no reason for me to do that.
It feels very like when I rearranged my house, a new house, it feels like a new experience.
Yeah.
And it feels clean and like, I don't know, kind of fun. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I've been like not digital detoxing, but like just cleaning up my digital footprint, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that. Well, I did something like a couple weeks ago where I like organized my phone and changed out like the background and made it look a little bit better, because I always do this. I feel like every quarter I feel like I change everything with the season, so I'll change my backgrounds and all of those things, but sometimes like somewhere in the middle between that, like it gets messy and like things like move around or it just like isn't like what I like anymore. And so I did that earlier, like a few weeks ago, and it just feels so nice to have like a new background and everything a little bit more organized and just having quotes on your feed or like widgets or whatever. And yeah, it does feel really nice. But I really do need to go through my photos.
Yeah. Well, because I was trying to make video content, my phone was like, honey, you have no storage. So I was forced
to do it.
To dump all my photos onto a hard drive. And I think that's what kickstarted my whole organization thing.
Yes.
On everything digital. But I just feel like so clean inside. I don't know.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're just like, oh my gosh, I needed that. Like, it just feels more, it feels fresh. You're like, wow, okay, I can like move on. It's kind of like, I hate when my house is dirty because then I feel like I can't do anything else. It's the same thing like with your phone because you're always on it. You're always on your computer. So it just feels like, oh, okay, I can do stuff on here now. It doesn't feel dirty and just like, ugh, like everything's disorganized. So yeah, I definitely get that.
Yes. And then there was one other thing that I thought we could talk about. So was it last week's episode or the week before when we were talking about getting comments on TikTok?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was last episode. No, it was the episode before that because I think last episode was just the recap of the wedding.
Yes. Yeah. So a couple episodes ago, we were talking about how we were finally getting our first feedback on our TikToks, and it's nowhere near a hate comment.
It's not.
But it feels, when it's your first like confrontation, it feels like a hate comment. But it's literally not.
It feels like I need to be defensive.
Yes.
Which I definitely don't, but I feel like I need to. Mm-hmm. And also just commenting back just kind of helps the algorithm because it's like it sees like more comments. But yeah, go ahead and talk about it more.
But on the concept of like hate comments or just people saying weird things that you feel like they would never say to your face. One of my favorite photographers, her name is Larkin Kendall. She has kind of like a education side to her business called Mother Photographer, which is a play on words for a lot of different things. She's a mom. She also is like notorious for cursing online. So it's like her brand is like Mofo Photographer. Mm-hmm. Anyways, she has a newsletter that she's been sending out every month, maybe not every month because she's very transparent about not being consistent.
Yeah.
But she's just made a very good brand of like, she doesn't give any shits about anything that she puts online. And like, that's what she's kind of known for. Like, she just doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's very like, she raises her kids a very interesting way. And so I have just always loved her for that. And this newsletter last month specifically was talking about how to deal with not hate comments, but just I don't know what you would describe it as. Just like confrontation online.
Yeah. Just people like disagreeing with you or just like making something out that wasn't there in the first place.
Yeah.
And just getting defensive of it. And yeah, because I wouldn't say it's hate, but it's I don't know. What would be a good word for that?
Just unnecessary drama for, I don't know.
Just feedback that you wouldn't expect.
Yes.
Maybe too.
Yeah. So what sparked this conversation that me and Kimberly had over our text was we had a TikTok where we were talking about first looks. Okay?
Staged first looks.
We were talking about how, and maybe if you listen to the episode, you remember we were talking about how it was our episode of We've had it.
Yeah.
Which we knew we were going to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
I just feel like we weren't
prepared
for how many feathers would be ruffled. And so I was talking about how I'm over a staged first look where it's basically, you go, you tap them on the shoulder, they turn around, whatever. And then I even said in the video,
I'm not over first looks. Literally, that's like one of the first sentences that's in the video.
I was like making sure that was clear, and still people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're saying that you don't like first looks. Like, we need first looks." Blah blah.
It's not about you. It's about the couple. And I'm like, I think we know better than anyone. Okay, maybe not anyone, but like we know. We're not the type of people that would like go up to our couple and be like, we're not doing that. Like, we're just not going to do that. we're not those types of people. So it's funny because these people don't know us. So they're just like, it isn't about you. Like, this isn't your day. And not everyone needs an artistic take on it. And I'm just like, okay.
Or there was like one comment that was like equating intentionality with
performance. Because in the clip I did say like it feels performative, but then I was just commenting like, yeah, I know that not everything is going to be performative, especially on a wedding day, but that's why we're talking about it, because there's so much nuance in it.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying every single thing that we do on a wedding day just feels performative. I just said it because it was just like, it feels like it sometimes. And not so much like I was like equating it to that. So it was just kind of like one of those things where I commented back and I was like, okay, like that's not what I meant, but I can see how you thought that. But it's still like there's just so much nuance in it. And we were just talking as like photographer to photographer, not telling photographers that everything on a wedding day that you stage is performative. That's not what I said at all.
Yeah. And so what we've learned is people don't listen to the whole video. They take things out of context and just comment whatever they want to. And so you had sent me the TikTok and you were like, we might as well have said we hate our clients, LOL. And I said dead. And then at the same time, well, like a couple minutes before that, I was reading this newsletter from Larkin Kendall. And she was talking about how she went on a podcast and was like, yeah, like, because I'm so polarizing, like, you would think I would get more hate, blah, blah, blah. Like, and she was talking about in the newsletter that she always will say things and the universe is like, oh, you want that? Okay. And so then the next morning she woke up with a hate comment, like her first one in a long time. And so she was talking about how she deals with basically online hate. And she was saying, part of this new landscape of online living means we have to find the path of bravery forward where we can move only from our own individuality while opening our arms wide to receive all of the people who think we're the best and all the people who think we're the worst. And she was like, I recognize that it's impossible to only have one side of the coin without the other. And I'm of the belief that it's better to be interesting than be liked. And then she was like, all it's to say, go get some hate online. It's good for you. And I was like, oh my gosh, we needed to hear that.
Yes, for sure. It feels so hard because it's like, they don't know me. Like, why would just especially the comments that were saying it's not about you, it's about the couple. I know. Like, I wouldn't be a wedding photographer if that was the case. Like, I would just do photography that's like a hobby that I don't get paid for if I thought everything was about me and I would just make it all about me. I wouldn't be in the wedding industry if that was the case. And so just feeling so defensive. And it's so funny that all those comments, I was just like, yeah, I agree. And they're like, that's not what you said. I was like, I think it is. Like,
you just weren't listening.
And I think maybe it was the tone of voice that we had too, because it was just like playful, funny,
right?
Like podcast episode where it seems like we were just very abrasive about it and just saying things like, oh my God, I cannot believe we have to do this all the time. Like, it just felt very like, oh, what are these girls talking about? Like, why are they so passionate about it? But it was just because of the episode. And so, yeah, it was just really hard to get all those comments about like, this takes not it. Like, it's not about you. It's about the couple, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I know it is. Like, I wouldn't go up to my couple and be like, we're not doing a first look. Right. Because I don't like them.
Well, we were literally talking about how we communicate with our couples and ask what they want.
Yeah.
And so
I know. It was just so hard. It was so hard to keep getting the same comment over and over and over again. I was like, oh my gosh, no one understands this. And I just kept posting under the comments, of course, just to reply. And no one ever replies back. And I'm like, well, why'd you start the conversation then? Right. Like, I want you to like come back on here and say like what you mean. And maybe my comments were like, oh, maybe they were just like, oh, maybe I do understand now what she's saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was pretty hard for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think...
And it wasn't even that bad. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't know how these big creators do it. And I guess it's just almost like exposure therapy too, where we have to get these
skin and realize like she was saying, it's good for you because it's better to be like interesting and have a point of view than just to be liked by everyone and feeling safe. Like we can't say what we want to say.
Yeah. Well, and that was the point of the video too, that I think I was trying to say in the comments as well, is that there's so much nuance. And someone was telling us that like not everyone wants Red Bull and underwear and all this like ugly stuff in the background of their photos. And I was like, that's not what we said. Literally at all.
Didn't talk about that.
We're not trying to make uglier photos for our clients just because we want it to be in the moment. We know we're photographers and we're creative. We know how to not make that happen. And she was also saying that it's like tried and true. That's why that's why it works. And then I commented back and I was like, just because it's tried and true doesn't mean we all have to do it. And every photographer has a different style and brand. And I was telling her that even me and you have different styles. So that's why we're talking about it, because there's so much that we could do differently, whether it's with your brand or with my brand. And yeah, it was a good conversation if you look through the comments. But yeah, some people were just taking it a little too far, where it's like their tone was just like very almost defensive, almost like I was critiquing them, and not so much like we were critiquing each other, because I've done it. I've done 3 first looks the same exact way in the same wedding. So it's not, I wasn't critiquing anyone else. It's not like I was talking about other photographers doing it.
We were talking about our own experiences.
Yeah, we were talking about our own experiences. And I could have taken it in a way where if Miranda would have said that, I would have been like, I could have gotten butthurt and been like, well, I do that. Like, you know, but that's not how I took it.
Yeah.
So I wish people didn't take it so like personally, because I think that's also the case. They're just like, oh, well, since I don't do it artistically, it doesn't have to be that way, you know? Like, not everyone wants an artistic take. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Do you. You don't have to do anything that I say.
We also, at the beginning of that episode, made a very big disclaimer of the tone of what it was going to be. And obviously, they didn't get to see that because they're just seeing a little clip. So that's another thing that we have to remind ourselves, is they're just seeing a little clip.
Not the whole context,
Yeah, and that's okay. And I think that's kind of where I was like, oh my gosh, this is a mind trip, because we are marketing on TikTok to get more people to listen to our podcast. But the people that we are marketing to haven't listened to our podcast yet, so they don't know us. And so it's kind of just like, why are we doing this? But we have to do it in the beginning just because making a brand, like, no one knows you yet. So you have to keep putting yourself out there. And so it is very hard and uncomfortable, but I'm so grateful for this podcast and us doing this, because it's giving, I feel like it maybe less so for you because you're kind of more used to making content. But for me, who's never made content before, it's giving me exposure therapy for my own brand.
Yeah.
Which is really nice that we have this kind of like realm to experiment with. And so we can take what worked and didn't and apply it to our own photography brands. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, exposure therapy all around. Comments, content. Yeah, it's really hard to put yourself out there. And I mean, everyone talks about it, even like creators that are super big. I've seen a lot of like commentary on just like how to deal with hate, especially we've been watching Dancing with the Stars, and the season's like bigger than ever before, which is crazy because I've been watching Dancing with the Stars for a while now, and it's never been this big. Like, I've never seen this many people like want to talk about it on TikTok, but people have just been talking a lot about like Whitney and Alex and all these girls that are from TikTok, especially the woman, of course. But people are just like, how do you deal with hate? And it's just kind of like, you just have to deal with it, because there's also people that love me, support me. There's more of those people than there is haters. And even the haters, like, they're making me relevant, is what Winnie said. So it's like, it's so true. And yeah, and I can't even imagine the type of hate they get. So it's much more about them personally, like their body, the way they look, the way they like were portrayed on TV. And so I can't even imagine that. that. But yeah, they're just kind of like, you just have to deal with it. And even Jordan Childs actually on a podcast.
I saw that.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. She was on a podcast and she was talking about the hate too. And she was like, I'm the one on the dance floor. Like, if you want to go on there, you can, but I'm the one on there and you're not. So, and it's so true because like all these big creators, they have the life they have because they had to push through getting the hate and being cringy and just no one liking them and people loving them and have to go through all those waves, but they have the life they have because they pushed through it. And that's kind of how I want to live too.
Right. Yeah. I think it's this weird like phenomenon where like famous people are used to getting hate because they're famous. Like they're used to, you know, people saying stuff about them in the press and stuff. But for like the average person who's just putting their self on social media, we're like not trained for any of that. Like we didn't grow up with that, so it's like very jarring.
Yes.
To all of a sudden feel like have to be on the defensive when you've never felt like that before. So I just think it's kind of a weird thing that gonna have to be normalized now, which is just so weird to think about. But
I know.
Honestly, normalizing like having a thick skin and being in your own little world, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think hopefully I think it will get better. And hopefully one day I don't have to like look through all the comments or even acknowledge any of them. And it can just kind of be like, it's up. But we're just not at that stage yet. So yeah, we're just going to have to, you know, deal with it a little bit.
Well, we're not even at the stage where people know us enough to be in love with us. So we don't have all the love.
Well, yeah. We just no one's on there like, well, we love you. No, that's so true. It's so true. Yeah. But I mean, even from like the last few TikTok comments, there's been a few people that are like, you're getting attacked and I don't know why. I understand what you're saying. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. Finally, someone with some common sense, or at least someone that watched the entire video in its whole, even just like the entire TikTok video, not even just like the whole podcast, but just watching the whole thing. I think I was looking at the analytics and only like 9% actually watched the entire video. So they saw like the first 3 sentences of us going off, but then they didn't like see the whole video where I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I did a first look where actually it wasn't a staged first look. It was just an authentic first look. And I was like, I love it. No one saw that. Yeah. Like no one's talking about that. But yeah, so I wonder if it does feel like almost like a personal attack when we're talking about something that other people do is what I was thinking too. Cause I was like, why is it that people are so defensive of something that stranger said on the internet? And I wonder if they take it personally because we're like wanting to grow and maybe do things that are a little bit more creative, or even just like asking our couples more questions. Because I was also the same TikTok comments, they were just saying how not everything needs to be artistic and creative. It doesn't need that edge or whatever. But I'm like, but why not?
Yeah, that's their own
like, but why not? If we could ask more questions, because sometimes I think like couples, they've been to weddings, they like seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And so maybe they do want that, but they don't have a different perspective. They don't have a different way of viewing the wedding. So they have no idea that it could be different. And so that's another thing where I was like, well, why aren't we asking more questions? Like it can be creative. We're creatives. Like, and just because, again, it's tried and true, we don't have to do it that way just because everyone else is doing it. And I think that's where a lot of people get burnt out and it feels repetitive. And then we don't want to do weddings anymore because it's just like, we're not being creative. Like we started like photography being creative and now we can't be because it's like the clients are kind of, what's it called? Like they're leading the way and not us, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Also, I think it's the easy way out just to do. Like, it sounds hard to try and be creative and figure out something different. So, like, I feel like some people commenting like that, they want to be stuck in their ways because it's easy. And why would you fix something that's not broke kind of thing?
Yeah.
But
which is like, fine if you want to do that. That's so some people's brands. And if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not saying you have to change anything.
This is so funny.
Yeah. It was just very interesting to just hear perspectives and just like, try not to take it to heart too, of people not understanding that, like, of course I'm not going to say no to my couple that wants to do a first look. And of course, I'm not going to, I know it's not about me. It's their wedding day. Of course, I know that. But again, like they don't know us. So it is hard not to like take it to heart and be like, that's not who I am.
Or that's not even what I said.
Yeah, that too. Oh my gosh. The amount of times that I want to yell and scream at these people is crazy. But I gotta take a deep breath. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to treat this with kindness. But sometimes I am a little sassy.
Yes. And also, I feel like the few people that have been following us, like they probably agree with us and, you know, they want to know more. That's why they're following us. So I have to remind myself that we're making this content for the people that are going to follow us.
Yes. And want to be creative and change or not change. Do whatever you want. Really. We're not pushing people to do different things. We're just talking, me and Miranda, photographer to photographer, about the things that we've been doing and like, why do we do these things? Or like, could we ask more questions? Could we change the things that we're doing? Like, does it have to, why are we so stuck in that way? So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
We're literally just girlies out here trying to talk to other girlies.
Chat.
These are things that people aren't broadcasting. So
yeah, it's true.
Sorry we have to be like the guinea pigs of this.
Yeah, I know. And sorry y'all have to hear about it, but it is what it is. And it's like we're in this growth step right now. So we're not like viral and super big and people know us. Like the industry knows who we are. We're just like teeny tiny people in this industry right now. And so, yeah, it is just like talking about it. It's probably just like, okay, we get it. But that's just what we have to go through right now. It's like the constructive criticism. Well, sometimes it's not constructive. Sometimes it's just like they're just criticizing the way we work, but that's okay.
But also, I think it's important for us to talk about it on the podcast because, like, I know there's a lot of people that are listening that are trying to start creating content and are scared of the same thing. So if we can tell you how we're processing it all and that it's not that big of a deal and it's not that scary, then I just want to be encouraging to other people, being like, yeah, you can.
There's a way to get through it. Yes.
If we are doing it, you can do it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm so sensitive too with things like that, especially comments, because I'm just like, oh, that's just not who I am. It's just like, it really does hurt. But again, they don't know me. They listen to 1 minute clip. They don't have the whole idea. They don't have the whole context of everything. So yeah, I don't know. And it honestly does bring up new perspective. Every comment and everything, I was just like looking at it through like a different lens, just like realizing, oh, are these people thinking I'm attacking them? Like maybe that's why they're wanting to comment, because it's like we're kind of critiquing how it's not creative. So these creatives are like, oh, I'm creative. You know what I mean? So it did give me like a new lens to like look through things like that, and just like the way I was commenting and not wanting to be too sassy, but sometimes I am. There was one comment where it was just like, it's not about you, it's about them. And I was like, we know. Smiley face. And that was it. But yeah, it is hard, but we're getting through it. And I think you just have to get over that hump. And maybe I was telling Miranda too, because I think we were talking about, I think you told me like maybe once we're known a little bit more, people will, well, I don't know how you phrased it. Like people won't be so defensive, or like they'll know who we are. But I think regardless of how big we get, how not big we get, I think we're always going to have people with opinions and they're always going to comment those, because even I see other photography accounts, other like, I guess like photographer influencers, I always see that they get like differing opinions on whatever they're posting. So I'm like, I just have to learn to be okay with the different
scared me.
My dog. We have to just be okay with those different opinions and just look at it differently with a new lens and be like,
and also reframing it that's a good thing, because you're repelling people who aren't aligned for you.
Yes,
you're attracting people who are aligned. So we're attracting people who, you know, need to hear this, who are searching for content like this.
Yeah.
And we're
just bringing new perspectives to the industry, because like that girl said, yes, it's tried and true in your world. And honestly, I was also thinking, oh, it's crazy. I was also thinking about like how when I was living in Lubbock, I only knew one way to photograph. I didn't bring a new perspective. I didn't care to bring a new perspective. I was just like doing what everyone else was doing. So I didn't even know there was a different way to shoot weddings, honestly, until I came to Dallas and I was seeing other like work and photographers doing different things. And that's when it honestly like opened my eyes and I was like, wait, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? And it's because I saw everyone else doing it. So I was just copying that. And I didn't know there was like different ways to shoot. There's so many different ways to shoot. So yeah, just like thinking of like, I want to bring out new perspectives to people because I don't think I had that when I was first doing photography. Like I just thought there was only one way to shoot and there's not.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we did get a few comments that were like, oh yeah, we understand.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can do things differently too. And so that was good to see. And we did get a few followers from it. So it wasn't all that bad, but there was a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Because it was just all the same comments. And I was like, did anybody watch the video? Yeah, I know. I texted her and I was like, I might as well have said I hate my clients and I am never going to do what they want me to do. Bro. That's what it felt like when I was getting the comments. I was just like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that.
On a lighter note, I literally just posted a little silly video of like me getting ready, and I got my first comment of someone being like, "Oh my gosh, girl, tell me what concealer you're using."
Oh yes,
I got to tell her what concealer I was using, which is just like so weird, like out of my world to do that, but it was just so fun, like for a video that has like 5 likes for someone to comment and be like, oh
yes,
and it's just so fun like having conversations like that with random strangers.
I agree.
That's why TikTok is fun.
Yes,
but
you just have to find your community too, and you just have to start.
It's
the hardest part.
It's so uncomfy, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it.
That's good. And you've been doing it, which is really, really awesome to see.
Yeah. Well, today is my day to make more content. So.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you going to do today?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I just know that Tuesdays are my batch content days.
Okay. So, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I need to create a schedule with content too. I want to be more like deeper than money. I always have like content coming out, but I needed to, I don't know, get through this busy season, which it's almost over, I hope.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And yeah, I'm just like this week, I'm just like, what is happening? It's going by so fast, but so slow at the same time. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. I feel so weird. And I feel like I have so much to do right now too. Like galleries, due dates, all these things. I'm just like, oh my gosh, will it ever end? But it's fine.
I think one thing about content creation that I've noticed is to have good quality content that you like batched, like you take time to plan, and mix that with like random shit that you just throw up.
Yes.
And like that's what Deeper Than Money does.
Okay.
And so I've realized, and like sometimes I really enjoy just like the videos she just posts that are like, 60 seconds long that are just her talking about nothing. And she had no thought or plan into it.
Yes.
And then I also love the sit down videos where she's like teaching you something. So it's like a good
mix,
a reminder to have a mix of things like that.
Yeah. One, I've always wanted to do that too, is have a mix of everything, because that's how people get to know you and how your marketing will really capture people's like heart for you, is not just the education, but like getting to know them and like, oh, they like astrology too, amazing, or they also like working out, oh my gosh, I love working out too. And that's how like you get people to love you, is like through your personal branding, but also just in the value that you give your followers too. So I've always known that. And someone reminded me on one of the YouTube comments we got like a few weeks ago was from the video that I did with Steph talking about how to create a content creation business. And someone was talking about like, can you make a video about marketing, and I realized that we don't have any videos about marketing, which is crazy because that's like one of the things that I love to do. And so I was thinking,
we talk a lot about branding, but not marketing, which are two different things.
Yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think it was because I was so shy about it because I was doing so bad with my own marketing that I didn't want to talk about it and feel like, oh, well, I'm not even doing my own marketing. But that doesn't negate the knowledge that I have of it.
We still know what to do. Doesn't mean we're always on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why I was like, oh, I was thinking about it. I was like, why haven't we done a marketing thing? Because that's that's what I wanted to start my education business as, is like branding and marketing, because they're just so in line with each other, but so different at the same time. And yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I cannot believe I haven't done any marketing. And it's because I've been so shy to talk about it because I was doing what I think was so badly on my own, like Instagram and marketing, that I was like, I can't talk about it. Like, I'm not walking the walk. Right. And so I just felt like I couldn't talk about it, but I can and I will. So I do want to plan an episode in the future about marketing, because that's something that I used to talk about a lot on TikTok.
I think that would be
because we do have a really good branding one, but not like a whole marketing episode.
So true.
Which I feel like I have a lot of knowledge with that I can share. And a lot of people, like that's like the number one thing I think a lot of photographers who start photography want to talk about or like want to learn about is marketing, because it's like, how do I get clients? Like marketing, that's how you get clients. And so, that's like the first thing people ask, like, how do I get clients? Besides like, how do I work a camera?
Right.
Because once you know how to work a camera, it's like, okay, well, how do I get the clients to, get in front of people and get booked? Because I know that is hard. So, maybe I'll plan something especially for the upcoming months. I feel like it's booking season is coming up. And it's a really good time to start marketing and branding and getting all that done too. So we'll have to talk about that as well.
Good idea.
And I had a wedding this past weekend, and honestly, there's really not much to talk about. It was a great,
really good day.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened. Yeah, there's really not much. I was thinking about it and I was like, I really don't have much to say.
Which was really good for our nervous systems.
Yeah, I know we needed that.
We needed an
after the past 2 weddings.
Yeah,
we really needed that. Yeah, it was beautiful. My couple was amazing. I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast or I've just talked about it with you, but using flash during dances and toast. I think we have talked about it in a way where I have been wanting to do that, but I haven't figured out a good way to do it. And so this wedding was so chill and just like we had time to do things. And so I decided, okay, this is the time that I think I'm going to try to do off-camera flash for the dances and toast, because I just had time to do it. And I was like, you know what? No better wedding to do it than this one, because it really had that like editorial vibe that I wanted, and I wanted it to look cinematic, and that's like why I've been wanting to use flashes for the reception, or not the reception, the first dances and all the traditional stuff during the reception.
Yeah.
And I finally got to do that, and it turned out great.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, all this like worrying and all this like trying, I finally was able to get it done, and it looks really,
Sometimes
really cool.
You build something up in your head and you think it's a lot harder than it actually is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it worked out perfectly fine, and I didn't feel stressed about it, so that was good too. And the pictures look like I wanted them to look, just very like shadows and highlights, and this was definitely the wedding that needed it. And I was talking to Miranda that day where it was just like, something about flash and knowing how to work flash just makes your images look so much more expensive and almost in the moment too. Just, like cinematic. I don't know.
It's very cinematic.
I don't know any other word to that. It just looks like it's straight from a movie, and it's not just I have a camera and I'm pressing a button.
Because movie sets have very intentional lighting.
Yes.
So that's why it gives that feel. So yeah.
But
that was a really good wedding to practice and experiment with, because it, like we said, was very chill, just very easygoing, beautiful. And so, glad you got to like experiment with it.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Because it did turn out really, really good. And I feel like for weddings next year, we're more prepared for things like that too, where it's like we'll know how to use Flash in different ways for different things. Because it's not like you're going to use Flash for the whole day. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but when you want a certain look, now you know how to do it.
Right.
And now you know how to execute it. And yeah, I just think, I don't know what it is about Flash during like first dances too. It just makes your photos look not beginner.
And we're talking off-camera Flash.
Yes, off-camera Flash, not just like direct Flash on your camera. Yeah. It just makes the scene look better too. Because with direct Flash, if you're doing that during the first dance, it makes like the background dark and the subjects really, I mean, lit up, but you don't get the whole atmosphere of it. And I think that's why I like using the Flash too, is because with it, you can like see the whole atmosphere and you can at least see people in the background like reacting to it too. So that's why it feels like more cinematic, because you can like see everything happening. And yeah,
it fits the mood of that moment.
Yes.
Better than just direct Flash.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just even just like a grainy photo.
Yeah.
Which is fine in some cases. But if you're like wanting a certain look, I don't know.
It's just a fun thing to have in your toolbox, because sometimes there might be a wedding day that's really fast-paced, stressful. You don't have time to carry around all your lighting stands. But if you have time and you feel like you want to do it, it's just good to know. Yeah,
and the more you do it, the faster you'll get with things like that. And you can like slow down and not have to like worry about it too much. And I think since I've been using Flash regularly for my weddings, I was able to just like set it up pretty fast without being like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? And blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it was a good like learning experience too. And I didn't feel stressed about it because I had Miranda there. So like if anything, like if I didn't like the way the photos turned out, I would have her images from it. So it did turn out really good. But I guess that was the only thing about that wedding that was like different than anything. I mean, it was just such an easy day. Beautiful couple. People were so nice. Like it was all in the same building. We didn't have to like go location to location. So it was just like super simple, easy breezy. I loved it.
Yes, it was really good.
It was a really, really good day. And next week, or this week, I guess, I have my Greek wedding, which will be so fun.
We love a Greek wedding.
It's going to be really, really, it's going to be really good. And yeah. And then you have your own wedding next week?
Yeah, the 15th.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just standard. Not standard, but it's at a venue that I worked at a lot. Before, so I kind of know what to expect. So that's nice.
So it should be an easy day.
Yeah. And I'm excited about this wedding party as well.
Ooh, okay.
It's very mixed and a lot of queer people and a lot of fashion. So it's gonna give like a toner down vibe of our recent wedding that we just had. So.
Yeah, I know. In my last wedding too, they were also like dressed so nicely, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I loved it. It was really, really. It was really good. It was like classic, traditional, very, I don't know, very Art Deco in a way too, but modern also. I don't know. I loved it. It was a great wedding. And I love weddings like that.
Yeah.
I really do. It wasn't like a lot of production. It was just so easy. And yeah, I didn't feel too stressed that day, thankfully.
I didn't feel stressed at all.
Which we needed.
We really did.
We needed like that moment of just like, okay, things are easy.
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
Because that past week kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
It felt
Shocked
like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But anyways, I guess that's it for today's episode. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think
that's it.
I think that's all I wanted to chat about. Okay. I feel a lot more relaxed than I did last time we recorded. So
yeah, same. It's been good. It's been good. We needed that. And we're heading into the holidays, which is crazy.
Where has the time gone?
I know the sun is setting earlier too. It's just like, whoa, but it'll be okay. I think
we got this.
Yeah, we'll get through this season.
Yeah.
I think. It'll be good. It'll be good. We're manifesting good things. We're manifesting lots of bookings. And maybe this season we'll do more
More
like
marketing.
educational.
Yeah.
More educational videos to get us all through.
Once we're done like recapping all of our
blues.
weddings, I feel like that'll be good. Yeah.
Yes.
Have
Let's do
something
that.
to talk about.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much for listening again this week. We really appreciate you.
We love you so much.
Yes. And we'll see you guys next week. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.